I have some bad news to share with you.
Oh God, bad news? Don't tell me there's another Republican candidate.
I'm Lindsey Graham, and I'm running for President of the United States.
Great. Another name to remember when attempting to guess which candidate's going to drop out next. Do you have a slogan yet, Lindsey Graham? Please tell me it's something better than tanned, rested, ready.
So get ready. I'm ready.
Nice. So, in Lindsey Graham, we have a cartoonish Southerner with bizarre, repetitive catchphrases. Who does that remind you of?
I don't think this boy's got all his marbles.
This, I say this, is why Lindsey Graham will never be president. Howdy gang, this election has me sweating in my bloomers. With so many candidates still in the race, who can say who the next president will be?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly my honor to present to you the next president of the United States.
Oh my gosh, someone has an answer. So which of the frontrunners is it going to be? Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio?
Lindsey Graham.
Really? You just said with a straight face that Lindsey Graham is going to be our next president?
Nice girl, but about as sharp as a sack of wet mice.
For those of you who don't know, Lindsey Graham is the senior senator from South Carolina who replaced 100-year-old man and racist potato Strom Thurmond when he finally decided to die in 2003. Since then, Graham has been doing fine as a senator, not really offending anyone but also not doing anything particularly great, sort of like the crackers after which he is named. So it was kind of surprising when, in 2014, in the midst of his battle for re-election for Senate, he hinted at a run for president, saying, "If I get through my general election, if nobody steps up in the presidential mix, if nobody's out there talking, I may just jump in." I guess in South Carolina, nobody must be slang for 0 to 17 people because there are plenty of people out there talking, but Lindsey Graham decided to jump in anyway.
Who do you think you are, George Washington?
Now I guess it's not really fair for me to dismiss Lindsey Graham before he gives his announcement speech. Let's hear what he has to say, and then I'll dismiss him.
We've learned over the past 6 years that speeches alone won't make us safe. If that were true, we'd be really safe.
Really, Lindsey? That's your opener?
Almost had a gag, son. Joke, that is.
I'm gonna ignore that and instead focus on the weird vibe this crowd is giving off. I feel like Lindsey Graham must have put most of the people in this crowd behind him because the sounds I'm hearing from the audience seem to mostly be coming from a limited group of people.
Ronald Reagan's policy of peace through strength kept America safe during the Cold War. Remember those times? Yes. The Obama administration and some of my colleagues in Congress have substituted wishful thinking for sound national security strategy.
You got that right.
What an interesting discussion Lindsey Graham is having. Do they teach people in South Carolina about rhetorical questions?
Nope.
They even responded to some rhetorical statements.
They sure did.
Anyway, Lindsey Graham finally started to make a case for himself by discussing his foreign policy experience.
I've been to the Middle East more times than I can count.
I've been 3 times.
I have more experience with our national security than any other candidate in this race. That includes you, Hillary.
Whoa! Sick burn!
That's as subtle as a hand grenade in a barrel of oatmeal.
I wonder what else Lindsey Graham has to say about Hillary's flaws as a candidate. Like, say, the email scandal.
Do you have a private email address?
I don't email. No, you can have every email I've ever sent. I've never sent one.
That's right. Lindsey Graham, a man who wants to be the most powerful person in the world, has never used email. Now, say what you want about Hillary Clinton, but if the White House gets, say, a chain letter asking for the nuclear codes in exchange for the fortune of a Nigerian prince, we can be confident she'll know how the hell to delete it. We can't afford to have a president who needs to declare war via carrier pigeon. Or, put more eloquently,
This boy's more mixed up than a feather in a whirlwind.
I haven't even talked about Lindsey Graham's feud with Donald Trump.
He's so dumb he thinks the Mexican border pays rent.
Or the fact that 2 of the most recent primary polls have him literally polling at 0%.
You can argue with me, but you can't argue with figures. 2 half-nothings is a whole nothing.
But I think I've made my point. Lindsey, you're in 14th place. It's time to mosey. I do declare this is why Lindsey Graham will never be president. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Chandler Dean Videos, where I profile a new candidate every weekend or whenever they decide to bounce. Or, also, you can follow me on the Twitters, the Facebooks, and the Instagrams at Chandler J. Dean. Thanks for watching.